This is crab claw, stone crab claw, locally known as biters. So if you say, I'd like crab around here, they're out of season now, so you won't get any. But if you're here when they're in season and you ask for crab, you won't get much of a response most of the time. You can ask for biters. You know anybody who's got biters? This is a biter.
Bolo biters.
A bolo biters.
Here's the shells. Here's the kitties. After crab.
Yep, somebody's, no. I'm not sure I really like the crab. I'll try it again. Let's see.
I'm about to have my cat food.
I'm testing. Let's see. It does have a pleasant taste, though. Very seafoody. I like seafood some. I like grouper. I like salmon. Yeah, this is all right, I think. I'm not sure how much I'm going to eat, but yeah, I could do this again, I guess. She is one finicky girl who used to be a feral outdoor kitty.
You may not notice, but the outdoor kitties would clean that bowl better than any dishwasher on this planet. Miss Hello? No, I had enough. Thanks, though. Maybe I'll try it again another time.
Okay, today we're going to make some crab cakes. So in here we have garlic, a little bit of onion, and half of a green pepper, and some parsley. So we cook that for a little while, and then over here we have our crab meat that you put it with the paper towels and give it a squish to get rid of all the excess moisture. Now I've never made these before, so this will be an experiment. So we got a teaspoon of Worcestershire. It said 2 teaspoons, but I think this tastes really strong. And then we have some Old Bay seasoning. It said 2 teaspoons of that. I need a tablespoon of lemon juice. Minus the seeds here. 2.
Your hand's clean.
Yes. Oh more seeds. Don't need those. And a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise.
And what is this for?
Crab cakes.
Yeah, I know it's for the crab cakes, but where do you put this? Isn't there some kind of like bread component or something?
Panko.
Oh, panko. Okay.
Panko.
So when does that go?
Well, first we have to mix this all up.
And then you put the panko?
Then we're going to put in the peppers and onions and parsley and garlic. And then we're going to put in an egg. And then we're going to mix by hand the crab and panko so that you don't break up the crab.
Oh, okay. That sounds interesting.
Put that in there. Okay. Beat that all up. Dump that in there. Never my favorite part. Alright, it said 2 cups of panko, but for 2 pounds of crab, I don't know how many pounds of crab we have. So we're going to have to wing it. Alright, this should be all nice and dried up a little bit. Throw that in there. Like that. And then we're going to gently do this.
Then you put the breadcrumbs in there?
After this is all mixed up, we're gonna put some breadcrumbs in there and mix it up some more.
Then you make it into like patties?
Then you make it into patties. So
Okay.
it's gotta be, that's why you have to dry out the crab.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it's got less filler, more crab.
More crab is good.
Right. Smells good.
Looks good. Yeah, it smells really good. Then what do you fry these or bake them?
You fry them and then you bake them.
My God, that's quite the process.
Well, you fry them like
Really
2
quick?
minutes on either side, and then throw them in the oven for 10 minutes so that make sure the egg gets all cooked up.
Oh, okay. Okay, so there's a patty, but because there's so much crab, I think when they make them like at restaurants, there's a lot less crab in them.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make that oil like really hot, so this like
Like
sears it together.
Right.
Really
It says
quick.
not to touch them for 2 minutes so that it gets like a crusty on the one side, and then you can turn it over and get a crusty on the other side, and then you throw it in the oven for a couple minutes or 10 minutes. So we'll have to look at the recipe again.
Okay. Okay, now we're doing the frying up of the crab cakes. Did you put any hot stuff in there? You know, like a little bird pepper or
No,
no hot stuff?
no, you got a horseradish cocktail sauce.
Oh, okay.
I think that would kind of ruin it, but that's what it said.
Okay, so you let these cook till they're like crusty, then you flip them over, crusty, and then you bake them the rest of the way in the oven.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
We'll see.
So today, we took out that window right there and replaced a new window, made those 2 shutters, and I had to make those, which I'll explain to you why they're so tall, because of the screen and everything else, but I'll tell you more about that inside where it's not so windy. So that was today's project, plus cracking crab, plus cleaning up, and the house actually looks like a house again, sort of. Not a construction zone. Okay, I wanted to tell you about the shutters and everything, that window. What has to happen is the screen's on the outside of the window. So the idea is, a lot of what we're doing here is to make it easier so that if a hurricane comes, we can close up relatively easy, but still have air in the window. See, like this can still be opened up. So if the wind's blowing a certain way, we can still have it. If something hits one of those shutters, it's not really a big deal. It's unlikely something's going to do it, and the top part has the flat shutter. But upstairs, I had to make the shutter like this, because in order to not get the ladder out and go out and take the shutter down, I have to take the screen up through here, then out, and then back in order to take the 2 braces off, so this will fold in. I don't know if that makes any sense. But that's the whole process, and when it's angled shorter down, there isn't enough room for the screen to go up past in between the hinges. So I had to put it like this, so there's a bigger opening here. Going up, I can shoot the screen up, and then out, and then back in the house, take off the 2 braces, close it, pin it shut, all without having to go outside. So it's been a little bit of a trial and error, but we got it all done. So that's what that was all about. Remember the other day I mentioned that Sid and I were thinking about doing a, well, actually I was thinking about it, doing a podcast thing. And the reason I'm thinking about it still, but the reason I'm thinking about it is I'm thinking of having that potentially go to Patreon customers only. So I'm trying to generate revenue. If I can't generate enough revenue off the Eleuthera sites or about Eleuthera, I'm not sure what we're going to do. I mean, I've got 2 sponsors. We've gotten some Patreon people, and I do thank you for that. We're getting more subscribers on the YouTube channel, and I really thank you guys for that. Keep up the good work. Tell your friends to subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to the 1,000 thing where I can tell YouTube, okay, I've got 1,000 followers and umpteen million minutes. The followers is the issue, not the minutes. I got plenty of minutes of people watching. So that's what that podcast thing was about, is I'm thinking of offering that to on a certain level in the Patreon account. And if you haven't seen our Patreon page, the link is down below, below this video. And if you're interested in helping out and supporting, we've got different levels of patronage with different benefits and everything else. So we'd really appreciate that. Because I don't know, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of equipment, I've said it before, and I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, how it's going to be funded. And so far, unfortunately, there's not a lot of local support. I mean, I actually put up something on Facebook, okay? There's almost 7,500 people who follow the Eleuthera Bahamas page. And the lowest level is a $1 a week contribution. I thought I would have got some.
$1 a month.
$1 a month, sorry. So what's that? $12 a year. Nothing. So I'm really, I'm also playing with turning the whole everything we post thing to, well, not everything, but switching it so that when we post, certain things will go just to Facebook, but then certain page things will be from the website to Facebook, and if you want to see it, then you have to be a Patreon member in order to unlock that view. But I don't know how that's going to go over either. It's this whole thing with the internet, and so many people think that, oh, it's the internet, it's free. You don't have to do it. But that's not the case for the people like us who have to create it. It takes time, it takes equipment, computers, money, etc. And there's got to be a point where it either makes it or it doesn't, because there's a certain aspect, not so much this YouTube channel, but the whole overall operation is either going to make money or it's not really a business. It's more like a hobby, and as a hobby, you sort of do it as you want, not religiously like we have for the last almost 2 years. So that's some of the stuff I play with constantly, besides the shutters and the Potlatch Club, and 15 guys who are working for me, and a bunch of other stuff. I mean, so
Brain is always working.
Yeah, the brain is always working. But those are just some of the things that I'm trying to think of, how it would benefit you guys the best, how it would benefit us, and it's sort of like I go back and forth on different things all the time. What would work for you? What works for us? How can we support this? Should we keep it going? Should we end it? I don't know. I mean, the YouTube one will probably stay no matter what. But when is the point where I say, okay, enough is enough? Nobody wants to pay for this. They all enjoy the content, but, and I mean, I'm not quite sure. I don't really get that, because what other stuff do you get that's free? You don't get cable for free. I'm pretty sure your cable service costs every month to watch TV. Netflix costs. Everything costs, but people expect if it's on the internet, it's free.
It's on Facebook.
If it's on Facebook, it's free or whatever kind of thing. So I'm having this whole quandary thing, trying to figure it out. We're going to see what happens. I'll let you know.
So a couple of minutes just like this, and then into the oven for 5. So I think I did pretty well for the first try. We'll see how they taste. I'm letting them drain a little while on a paper towel because I cooked them in the frying pan in the oven with a little bit of oil. So we'll see how they go.
They were good. Next time we'll put like 1 bird pepper. It needs a little bit of spice and heat. So these are very good. Sid made cocktail sauce.
That's what it said.
Yeah,
That's what the recipe said.
when you put on cocktail sauce, it just tastes like cocktail sauce.
No,
So,
I think some cilantro and sour cream dressing with garlic would be better.
ooh, that would be good.
That would be good.
Yeah, and but still with a little burnt pepper.
Yep.
Just a little heat to it. Yes, someone asked for crab. So see the little white thing? I gave her crab. No, that's not what I was expecting. You're just too fussy of an eater. You wanted crab. You've been asking for the last 5 minutes. And now you don't want to eat the crab.
I like cat food.
I don't know, miss.